Oh boy, what a start. What a start. Forgot to put on the microphone, of course. You hear me out there? There we go. Checking the levels. Check. What's up, party people? All right. Emmanuel in the house. What's up, man? What's up? Figured I'd jump on here real quick. This week just flew the hell by. And days are going. Today was a wash for me, man. Holy smokes. Did a super duper staff party yesterday, and that took me out. Damn. I didn't do the gym, didn't do nothing I wanted to do today. So I wanted to jump on here real quick, go over some stuff, a couple little Christmas things, mainly one of my favorites, A Christmas Carol story, what I like about it, and some of the movies. I was also laughing to myself how much emphasis I put on Halloween, and when the supposed righteous holiday comes around, it's like wedge a show into there. But you know, it is what it is, man. What can I tell you? Thank you for making it out. I hope the week is going okay. And I hope I'm not going to be the only one rushing into the stores tomorrow and Monday to get all this stuff done. Got to make airport runs. Ugh, what a day. What a day. And I don't party like I used to, man. So I was a reluctant partier yesterday. And of course, it went to another party, to whatever time. We started early and ended mad late. You know, so on, so forth. Didn't have the energy for the gym today. Mrs. Murph, what's up? Thanks for joining. Replay gang, anybody stepping in, appreciate it. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe as we get started. See if we're going to call up any old story. I figured next week what I might do, I don't think I'm going to do another live before Christmas. This is kind of why I'm wedging this one in here on a Saturday. I never did a Saturday before, so that's kind of new. Probably just play, go through some of the highlights from last year, more or less, since I started this little crazy thing. Chat with anybody who wants to chat or who's around, might do that kind of stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. It could just be a hangout. Even now it feels later than it really is, but I really wanted to come up and do this for a little bit too, Man, so how's it going? Crazy enough week for everybody? Now, when I started this place where I'm at, most things would be, you start working with people, they start knowing your personal lives, getting into that. So I finally broke down and decided to go drinking and stuff with these guys. And Yeah, it was good, as good as it could be, but I realized I don't miss that, going out to the bar and doing all the shots and blah, 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 blah. You know, a few of us in that group were kind of like former DJs and party people. So we had those parties to do afterwards too. And, I did a little set. A couple of them did a little set. It got as good as any house party could get, you know. And yeah, I don't regret it. I don't regret my time doing all of that. But like I'm saying, could probably do without it. Was supposed to go to the airport. Made a trip yesterday too, so I had to leave, do that. Airport, grab my sister up, my nephew. Now we're planning all these ridiculous dinners, so that's why. And even just looking at the date, man, I can't even really believe it's the 21st. But it is. Gonna have to do some major work tomorrow. In and out of stores. Thank God for the person that invented gift bags. Dump everything in there. So I'm just gonna get down to it. I want to get to so we all have favorite stories and movies and things that come around different times of years. We certainly exhausted, our Halloween stuff, and I don't mind. I like the season. You know why I like the stories, because you can be creative with what you do and what you go through, and we definitely were. Gotta say, I feel a little guilty not spending as much time on this month's activities, but it's kind of the way it is, man. And I'd rather do it this way. So there are a couple that I want to wedge in there and maybe get some of your feedback. Let me know what you think about it. We might be able to get away with a couple things, so we will see here what the copyright situation might be. Not even, man. This year I really took advantage of Amazon, so I got stuff coming to me. That I could so far. Just vibing. Still think I'm on vibe mode over here. So, those of us who like movies and horror movies especially, there's one that I like to bring up around Christmas time. And you might be able to tell what it is by the title of the podcast, which is A Christmas Carol. Now, people should think, or do think, A Christmas Carol is, yes, associated with the one they call Scrooge. And over time, it's kind of being Disney-fied, right? Nice little story about this mean old man who doesn't really value Christmas or family, but by the end of the movie, he's Mr. Nice Guy. You might hear me eating some good old apple pie in the middle of this, because I did heat it up. But big ass piece. I don't even know if I could do dinner, but I couldn't resist. I couldn't wait. It was on sale, so I got 2 of them, and this one's going fast. I can tell you that much. Hang on. So, I like the story. Of course, I'm going to try to find some images in the background there while I talk about it. While I was looking it up, here it is. I saw that they're doing something on effects. Hold on, I can't talk and switch the screen at the same time. So much of an amateur I am. And it's coming. Am I doing it? I am doing it. There it is. All right. Uh, sweet potato. Yeah, I got to get some of that. Oh man, I already feel guilty because I missed the gym today. It was going to set me off on the next few days, and I have another gym thing I got to do on. I'm training for some stuff. It's not necessarily vanity, but I have another thing I'm supposed to be doing on Monday, and I don't want those workouts to be so close together. But you know, you gotta friggin' pay for all the stupid things that you do over here. So we know this one, this Chris. Whoops, went back to the wrong page. And I didn't know, but it looks like Effects is doing some sort of a redo or something. Because I was just looking this up not too long ago. I see here on Effects, I'll just do the little skim thing here. A holiday classic reimagined. Now, one reason I like this story is because it's not really as Disney as a lot of people think it is. It's actually, when you think about it, it is supposed to be somewhat of a horror story to do with hallucinations, ghosts, real isolation and introspection and whatnot, represented by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. Obviously, it sounds like a lot of Mickey Mouse detail now, but if you think about the concepts and the times, I think in the mid 1800s, without all the special effects, this, that, the other, and explicit detail, and, it's could be considered some pretty heavy stuff. So, just say a date. No, I did say a date. The remake stars Guy Pearce. He's been in some stuff. Can't call it now, but I'm familiar with who he is, being Ebenezer Scrooge. Oh man, it's gonna name names. I'm not gonna be good at knowing who the hell is who. Remake stars Guy Pearce as Ebenezer Scrooge. Andy Serkis as Ghost of Christmas Past. Not sure who that is. Stephen Graham sounds familiar. It's Jacob Marley, Joe Alwyn. Yeah, I don't know a lot of these names. The dark reimagining of the classic tale was written by Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight and directed by Nick Murphy. The Awakening. It is executive produced by these people. Ridley Scott. Okay. Anybody see this thing? Has this thing started yet? It stays true to the tale of miser Ebenezer Scrooge, played impeccably by Guy Pearce. Huh. When is this on, people? How come I can't get my information? Isn't this what this is for? For me to get some damn information from? When does this thing come on? Shows. Watch. Oh, it says watch. All right, I'm not trying to get another, any more strikes or anything going on with this. Well, why is this so weird to navigate? What is up with this? I'm going to go back one more time. Try to get any information from this. YM, what's up? No, I'm not singing at all. Not in the shower, not in the car with the windows up. You know what? I was talking about this song. I know we're just freestyling, so we can talk about anything we want, and we'll get back to this. Let me know if anybody has seen this Christmas Carol yet. But perhaps it'd be a good time to play this song I've been talking about and see if you guys dig it. Hopefully I won't get a strike. I still can't and am unsure how to navigate myself around that. I just know you can't straight up be taking shit, which is fine, I guess, Let's do a little bit of everything. Let's see. So that's not it. If you heard that, I'll wait till the commercial passes for a little bit. Or maybe it might be good for New Year's. But we were going through this as we were, of course, drinking a lot and everything else, talking about music. And this is a song that we were debating on. Tell you how excited we were with this. So here we go. Hang on. Let me get rid of all the crap. Background. Music down. And what's up, everybody? Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for chilling. Hope everybody's chilling, doing whatever you got to do to celebrate. Get your little special eggnogs happening. Let's see. So let me know if you heard this before, and you could even tell me what you think about it afterwards, after I set it up to play. So here we go. Let me know if you could hear it.
This bitter earth well, what the fruit it bears ooh. This bitter earth and if my life is like the dust ooh, that hides the glow of a rose, but what good am I? Heaven only knows. Now this bitter earth yes can be so cold. Today you're young, too soon you're old. But while a voice within me cries, I'm sure someone may answer my call. And this bitter earth ooh, may not oh, be so bitter after all. bitter earth. What good is love? That no one shares. And if my life is like the dust, that hides the glow of a rose, well, what good am I? What good am I? Heaven only knows.
All right. I'm going to start bringing that down. You think of that one? It was, oh, great. I just missed a call again from my sister. Yeah. Crazy track, right? Of course, as you see, that's from Dina Washington from way back. I'm not sure of the year, but you know, her time was like 50s, at least early 50s through the 50s. Let me take that off. Whoops. And yeah, I figured it was a good time to check that out. This was one of the tracks that we were messing around with last night while everybody's getting into their deep music conversations. They so obviously it's been around for a while, and well, not that I think, I'm pretty sure they brought it back for what's that movie? Shutter Island. I think if you realize at the end his descent into insanity, that was the one with Leonardo DiCaprio in it as well. I also want to see, should be public domain by now, right? Boy, I wish I wasn't such a crappy typer, but hey, what can I tell you? So let's see. Should be the earliest version by the 30th, and perhaps I can kind of walk through it, the things that I like as well. Of course, there's been other adaptations of it, right? Oops. What did I do? Let me go back. Right, we all know this story, but it's not as nice as they try to make it over time. I see Dexter in there. Are there any Dexter people in the house? What the hell's going on with Dexter? Who could tell me anything about Dexter? Let me get this back here. Yeah. And you know, I guess it was remastered and all that. And you know, I think it's a pretty powerful track. And definitely good to have out there. So back to this thing. First of all, I want to see if they got I know there's one from the 30s, man. Oh. Let's see what we could get. 51. Yeah, see? Who knows? But 9 minutes. Let's see. Oh boy, now we start getting all the minstrel stuff going on here. Hey, there's Interstellar, as you mentioned. So maybe it wasn't there. Who knows? I might look into that sometime, you know, for the same people to do the soundtracks and everything for. All right, so let's choose one of these things. 1982, and hope that I don't get strike. My understanding is 70 years for copyright, something like that. And then you're free to use it in some sort of way. Which one are we going for? Well, let's this part of it.
Number 40, the feeling of finding something to watch before this ad ends. The feeling of winning, number 1.
Now we know this story. This is supposed to be a very macabre type of story over here. I just want to see. I didn't really want pieces. I want the full movie. Anybody see full movie in there? Movie trailer, movie original Christmas Carol, 1938. Let's go in there. Tricky. See what happens when you go into there. What kind of new thing is that? I wish I was more savvy with that. But let's go over here. See what we get. Look how banged up this is. It's like original. Let me see what you guys do. Don't worry, I'm not going to bore you guys and go through the whole thing. I just want to go through certain parts. Now, this is before they had the text running across the screen. They got to do it like this. Which is still pretty clear for a 1935 film. All right. So let's skip through some of this. So we get this guy. This is going to be our Scrooge over here. And so one of the things that I like about this, like I said, is the introspection that this guy is going to be visited by 3 ghosts. As you know the whole story. I'm not going to go through. As a kid, we know all of these, but my thing is when I go through each version of what has been made from way back, to really think about it more instead of a kid's entertainment. Think about it more from an adult perspective, and wishing I can't wait to see this reimagining of it on FX, to see what these guys have done. If anybody has seen that, please let me know, man. Send it. I want to hang on one second. I want to know if it's worth it, if they really made it the way that they're supposed to make it versus, another thing for kids. Yeah, it's good to be a kid's story and all that stuff too, but something a little more true to what the heck it's supposed to be. I'd like to see that, right? All right. So, of course, I don't know the names of all these actors and whatnot, and they're all English folks, but they do a really good job at their portrayal. And this is very early film work, which still I get. How do I skip this? Oh, there it is. Anyway, I guess through restoration and whatnot, they did a pretty good job of getting this through. Miserable old man.
A Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time to you, sir? The time for paying bills without...
So, all right. I want to get to the part where
I suppose you want...
he's taking off. I think it's like Christmas Eve, what have you. Going through the street, humbugging. What is that, the staff social? Oh, right, right. That is the part that does this. All right. So this is the earliest of some sort of special effects that we get over here. So he takes off. He's about to go home. And check this out. He's almost home. And as you know, he's supposed to have some sort of hallucination at his door. The door knocker. They insinuate that he had bad dealings with his business partner. You see in there? You could kind of see it in there. So it's the first of his ghostly images that he is able to see there. Oh, YM, you're making tacos? Damn. I'm gonna have to finish this apple pie and have real dinner. You know what it is? A brother of a certain age, man. I'm trying to excuse me. I saying I did the holiday party last night, and today was like a wash. I didn't get to do, and not even, I wouldn't even say half the things I was supposed to do today. I don't think I did one of the things I was supposed to do today. And you know, I had to get on here, do the weekly before you get too busy with the Christmas stuff, you know, and all the family stuff as well. So I wanted to do this for a few minutes, but of course, I've always been talking about this movie, and as we talk about our different movies, especially horror movies, this, you know, technically, in my opinion, fits in there. So I wanted to go over some of the details I liked in here, you know. And they, of course, being limited to what they could do in the past. And I'm going to be eating a little bit of my apple pie. Hang on. Put that up for you. Did you see that? Did you see it? It was a ghostly figure in there. That was kind of neat. I don't think I ever noticed that before. Look at that candle. That is lasting. Oh, it was a ghostly figure in there. What kind of candle? Where did they make that candle in like the early 1900s? Any other candle that be out by now? This is a special effects candle with a lot of light. TBB. What's up? Oh, everybody's having Mexican tonight? What the hell's going on? I didn't get the memo. I was just going to warm up some pasta I had. Got to tell you. Excuse me. 1935. This is not it's not horribly shot. The volume okay? Not that there's a lot to hear, but, you know, hear the orchestra playing a little bit. Boo. I know. There we go. Now he's supposed to be going a little, this is his descent to get him to be a little more submissive to the suggestion of the ghost. Now, if it were more modern, you would get the how the sound effects would be a hell of a lot better. But it is what it is. Yeah, Nosferatu looks all right. That looks like a good remake. So they always imply.
Look well, Ebenezer Scrooge, for only you can see me. What you want with me? Much.
He screwed over his business partner, but we never know exactly how he screwed him over.
Jacob Marley. In life. Why do you trouble me? It is required of everyone that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. My spirit never walked beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing hall.
I think that's neat that he threw that in there, Charles Dickens.
I cannot stay.
But if you don't settle your business when you're alive, you're not getting past the pearly gates until you sit there in purgatory and solve it all.
Fettered. Why? I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link. Would you know the weight and length of the coil you bear yourself? Speak words of comfort to me, Jacob Marley. Speak words of comfort. Comfort? I have none to give. I am here to warn you, to save you, if that be possible. To warn? To save me? From what? From such a fate as mine, to wander through the world and witness what I cannot share.
Is Ebenezer evil name, or are we just used to it being that way?
Man of business, Jacob, business. Mankind should be in my business. Charity, forbearance, benevolence, all were my business, as they should be yours. Now heed me, for my time is short. You will be haunted by 3 spirits. Without their visit, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. You shall behold the visions of a Christmas past, a Christmas present, and a Christmas yet to come.
Who would be your ghost? So first of all, the first ghost would have to be your boss or your business person that you for some reason screwed over. Then they're going to tell you that you're going to get visited by the ghost of Christmas past, present. Who would be your ghost, you think, of your past, of your present? Because remember, you have to be guided by these spirits. So who would they choose for you?
Expect the first when the clock strikes midnight tonight. Molly! Look to see me no more. Molly!
Say you guys are making Ebenezer an evil name. It was Ebenezer the Clown. You guys would like the name. Ebenezer the Ice Cream Man. He's walking around with this candle. Hey, we got to find out what this candle is. It never goes out.
Building your online business?
Right.
Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform.
Get out of here.
Well.
All right, I want to get to it.
You can't do this. You can't be so unjust.
Give us a little more time.
This is young Ebenezer.
Please.
I didn't expect to play so much, but hang on. You know what? I didn't even ask. Should we have done a movie watching night? We just watch it. Or you fine just skipping through? Because I want to skip through a couple.
Come in and know me, better man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You have never seen the like of me before. Never. I've never walked forth with the younger.
All right.
By half an hour. Mother! Oh, bless your heart, my dear.
I think this is the present ghost.
How late you are.
Not adamant, but bear that wicked hand.
Drink his health for your sake and the day's, not his. He'll be very merry,
All right.
very happy, I've no
We're not going to watch the whole thing. And this would be the future.
I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead. Where did he die?
All right. So all that,
What's the matter with him?
so I can get to the one that I really like.
Heaven knows. What's he done with his money? Left it to.
Which is this one that they're definitely not going to let us get through this one. But this is the one, you know, I know I said I like the adaptation to the more serious, whatever it's supposed to be. But in terms of just being like its own image and whatnot, this is the one that I really like. And obviously I got to be very careful of what I play from it here. I wonder, this has to be one of the movies with the most kind of adaptations to it. Because, I mean, there's everything. There's the cartoons. There's all sort of, you know, how it's kind of been diluted over the years and stuff. You had some very great people. And by the way, for all the horror heads, this one that I hope I'm showing am I showing the right screen on here? Black Christmas is supposed to be damn near like the first horror movie, slasher specifically movie. They say. I guess we could do a couple little things from the one that I like, Scrooged. So again, it's Scrooged. Let's see, what are they saying? Is it a analysis review? Let's just get a couple clips. Because the funny thing about this, as much as I like the actual movie, Bill Murray says it was like a real bitch to make. Like it was reported he didn't really have fun with it at all, which is kind of sucky, you know. Let's see if I
finally got a generator on the mountain so I can one up. And Michael's has decor and trees even I've never seen. Oh, Paul, it is so over.
Yeah, I definitely like that. All right. Let's see if we could jump around a little bit.
It's marketing capital.
So it's not parts of the movie.
Christmas, but it's not an
well, let's hear what this guy has to say. I'm
and
kind of
not
interested.
a funny one. It sounds more desperate than anything else.
Let's
By
see what it
Mitch
says.
Glazer and Michael O'Donnell.
And hopefully, fair use. Don't strike me, bro. See what he has to say. Bill Murray, review and facts. If you haven't seen this one, I suggest you go out and see Scrooged. It's just, there's certain ones around Christmas, Halloween that I always liked to watch. And this is one of my favorite Christmas movies just because it encompasses the super old school story of A Christmas Carol, of course. And anything with Bill Murray, is good.
This movie, in today's video I am going to tell you. I am also going to give you all the information on which OTT platform or on which satellite channel you will get to watch this movie. Also, we will talk in detail about the technical department, music department, pre-production, filming, post-production, budget, box office collection of this film.
All right, we don't want to nerd it all up over here. I thought they were just going to play little pieces of it, but apparently it wasn't that great. What I really do want to get into, though, is since we already brought it up, like Black Christmas, Christmas horror movies. What do you got? What do you got out there? I'm going to go into my Prime and share a couple that I think I remember watching back in the day, and ones, of course, that I try to watch. I haven't gotten to my real movie viewing this year yet, man. I am behind everything. It's just been that busy. But there's a couple that I remember that I wanted to tell you guys about, of course. And so we discussed Black Christmas, where there's also a remake, of course, because there's a friggin' remake of everything. For Black Christmas. See it over here. Yeah, just a slasher. And they did the remake, what year? For 2006. One movie I was pleasantly surprised about is this one. If it's the movie I'm thinking of, which I think it is, let's see. When you think The Suburbs, you think safety, but this holiday night, The Suburbs are anything but. Ashley, played by Olivia DeJonge, I think, thought this babysitting job was going to be an easy night, but the night takes a turn when dangerous intruders break in and terrorized her and the 12-year-old boy, Luke Levy Miller, she is caring for. This is, if it's the movie I think it is, you know what? Let me just play a couple little bits in there. It was pretty entertaining. The thing that's throwing me off is it's saying it's international something or other. All right, so I got to wait for all this crap because I got the cheap Prime. I'm paying for all these damn memberships. Can I tell you? You guys were saying that I should just do the YouTube Premium, covers everything, but I don't think it has everything. So I want to skip through a little bit just to see. There's a couple things I remember. Yeah, it is, because this little boy over here was kind of trying to hit on the babysitter, that whole funny little thing. And then if I don't want to ruin it for anybody, let me skip through. Is it this guy? Yeah, watch this one. Oh boy, some bad words in there for you. Again, it's called Better Watch Out. I recommend this one. I like it. And I read you the little synopsis, so without giving it away, I think it's a good horror Christmas watch. Let's see what else we got down there. Normally it A Wonderful Knife. I think I was going to try to see that one. All these things that you see over here, just for, that fun little Christmas, get your little Christmas horror fix in there. There was one that I saw years ago. See if any of you guys remember it. It is almost about like a badass Santa. So many of these damn movies went by. Yeah, it was what do you call it? Krampus type movie. But what was the one? Santa became like a real badass, and he had to like fight and do all of this sort of stuff as well. Brother of a certain age. Which one? The one that I was just showing. You better watch out, or better watch out. It's worth. Put this one on your list, man. Put this one on your list. I think you will be satisfied. It's not typical. And I'm definitely going to watch this tonight. This is going to be my Christmas movie that I'm going to watch tonight. I should put out a poll out there for the discussion. People want to they discuss every year, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes or no? What do you think? What do you think? Is it? Anybody know about this movie, Long Legs? He keeps coming up. Is it good? Hear anything about it? This one, yeah, I put this one on my list too. Again, I don't know. I think these are going to be like corny little movies that just kind of have a twist on the all the good stuff of Christmas, but throw some evil stuff in there so you could get your horror fix. So this one, It's a Wonderful Knife, and you're familiar with the one. It's a Wonderful Life with what's that actor's name? Jimmy Stewart. Right, when he's running around the street, he has the wish to find out what life would be like without him. So almost like an Ebenezer-ish Scrooge sort of deal. A year after saving her town from a psychotic killer, Winnie Carruthers finds herself in a nightmare parallel universe where without her, things are much, much worse. Oh, so another little spin on that. Yeah, I might put that on the I might put that on there. Let's see what you guys said. Yeah, better watch out. All right, yeah, so definitely see that. Oh, Emmanuel weighed in. Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie. Okay. See, I had somebody at work say no, for sure. No, maybe he doesn't want to recognize it as that. So Long Legs was pretty good, huh? What? Brother of a certain, you too, man? Die Hard is a Christmas movie? You guys are so confident. You just threw it out there, man. All right, I got to give it another look. I don't think it's I never really wanted to consider it a Christmas movie like that, but I don't know, man. I'm clearly outnumbered on this one. We'll see how it goes. So this is another one I'm going to put on there. You see I have it on my list already. A Wonderful Knife. Looks like it could be okay. So there's two of them. It's a Wonderful Knife. I'm just going for the freebies because I don't want to. Damn it! I'm already paying memberships. So I'm gonna pay for another thing and another thing. I think I was trying to see this movie. A Creature Staring. All these. Oh damn! Did I see this one? It's a Bloody Christmas. Now this just looks wild. A local toy store's robotic Santa Claus goes haywire and begins rampant killing spree through a small town. I was arguing with somebody at this Christmas party yesterday about a shitty movie, Megan. Did you guys like that one? The Megan, the doll, the one with the doll. I didn't think it was that good. It was just like a Chucky remake. And this person wouldn't shut up about it. Am I wrong? Was that a good movie? Oh, look at this. Is he wearing a Santa hat? Creepshow Holiday Special. I'm adding that in there. I think I waited so I could finally watch it. I almost forgot about it, so I'm going to put it in there. I'm also going to put this one in there too. It's just called Holidays. And I remember they all go through like Mother's Day, maybe even St. Patrick's Day, all that sort of stuff. So I'm adding it on my list because it is that exactly the holidays. And no doubt one of the stories will be about Christmas also. So I'm throwing that in here. I think this one I may have seen a long time ago. Rare Exports. Put that on your list. Put that on your list. Huh. Okay, YM. I like that. What? TBB. Come on. I'm truly outnumbered at this time. How dare you? How dare you? I thought you'd be on my side. All right. Edwards. Yeah, I think so. You know what? I don't think I've seen the whole movie. I think I've seen parts of Edward Scissorhands, and not enough to actually see the movie, but not all the way through. I've seen it, all the parts that make up the movie, but not in one shot. So I think that counts for actually seeing the movie, because I know I've seen all the parts, just not in order. It just doesn't look, it looks not that great. I don't know. What can I tell you? Let's see what else we got over. Well, hang on. I want to see what else you guys say. All right. So the consensus is perhaps Die Hard may be a Christmas movie. Yeah. I'm going to need more evidence. I'm not happy about that one. Remember when we did our Tim Burton thing? We're not sure if we're big fans of Tim Burton because there's a lack of diversity in his characters. Did you not want to see Megan, Brother of a Certain Age, or like you just didn't care? You kind of like me. You're like, it didn't even really look half interesting. Yeah, I agree. Nothing special there. What do you mean, beautiful beneath what I'm doing? If I'm telling the plot, at this, oh no, what did you say? You did. Megan is probably exactly what you think it is. So there's no Trilogy of Terror is a Christmas movie. Is it? Is it showing over there? Megan was not good because you already knew. Oh yeah. Who said something about being old over here? Hang on, I missed something. Ricky Henderson. Oh, let's look into this. No. Ricky Henderson? How old? How old would Ricky... Oh, is this... Okay, now I think I missed a couple. I think I know what you're talking about. Ricky Henderson. Oh, he's 65? Did it say what he passed away from? Remember dude's career, man. Pretty good. All right, so I'm putting together, this is what you guys are talking about. Ricky Henderson just passed away, and I'm guessing he was 65. Athletes, you know, you got to question what the training is. What was the cause? Anybody know? Yeah, whoever's out there knocking the ages down. Who's guilty of ageism in here? Huh? From pneumonia? Shit. Now I gotta go see the Trilogy of Terror to see if I know that one. All right, check it out. But this one was pretty good. Rare exports. Let me see if I get a little synopsis of it. It's a Finnish film from Finland. Okay, I kind of remember this. Archaeological dig was unearthed a very dark Santa Claus in this acclaimed gem. Anybody remember the one that I was kind of talking? I think it starts with like a mall Santa, and he's like a real badass Santa, and he's got to like kick ass for some reason. I don't remember much because I think I was like falling asleep, but I remember I liked it. I'll like it if I find it enough to watch it again. From the twisted minds behind Tusk, Dracula Untold, Dark Skies comes Holidays, a horror anthology that puts a uniquely dark and original spin on some of the most beloved holidays of all time. Put this one on your list too, guys. Because it's the holidays. Has all the holidays. But we're going to like this one. And I'm definitely going to put this Creepshow one in there. I didn't know Creepshow had its own little Christmas special. I think I was trying to watch this one. Black Cab. It's got the guy from Shaun of the Dead in there. It's supposed to be, let's see. Yeah, horror, suspense. Thought it was also some sort of a comedy since it had that guy in there. I forgot his name. After a night out, a couple are kidnapped by their black cab driver. When I say black cab driver, I think black cab is something different in the UK. So it's not, they weren't being kidnapped by their African-American cab driver. Black cab is the cab service, like yellow cab. Terrified, he drives them to a deserted and supposedly haunted road. But what's his plan? Is he mad or just plain evil? Not great in ways of description for it, is it? Silent Night, Deadly Night. Is that what I'm talking about, brother of a certain age? I'm missing some of these conversations. Violent Nights. All right. Somebody answered what I was. So the one I was thinking about, is it Silent Night, Deadly Night? Silent Night, Violent. Violent Night would be the name of the movie. Or that might be it. Silent Night, Deadly Night? No, that wouldn't be that one. I saw Silent Night, Deadly Night. Yeah, I remember. I think there's like 4 of those movies, by the way. I don't think it was scary. I think the sequel, number 2, basically you use most of the footage from the first movie. And then, it's kind of like Return of the Living Dead. 3 and 4 almost got nothing to do with what the original was. Us, our horror movie buffs, we know that they can't do that much before, after the sequel, I should say. This one kind of looks interesting. When a serial killer couple dressed as Santa and Mrs. Claus terrorizes a small town, a teen girl and young cop must solve the pattern behind the seemingly random homicides. Sounds a little too serious. Like, I would expect that to be a horror comedy. I think they need a little comedy in there. Well, look at this, man. Horror strikes again, people. This is amazing how many movies they have for Christmas. Christmas horror movies. Creature. I'd like to see more. Oh, there's a... Okay, so you guys that think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, what about Gremlins? The Gremlins 1? Is Gremlins 1 a Christmas movie? Yes or no? I haven't seen Terrifier 3. Isn't that supposed to be Christmas themed? What else do we have? We're doing Christmas horrors. We don't want the other ones right now. It is always good for a good you know what? I know what I just said, that we're looking for Christmas horrors. But anybody see this movie? All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. It has that crazy broad in it. You know who the hell I'm talking about. Johnny Depp's ex-chick, Amber Heard. This was a good little movie. Anybody see it? I know we're talking about Christmas horrors, but I'm breaking away from that for 5 seconds. You guys. All right. Damn, look at you guys, man. Yeah. Loving Gremlins. You don't even want me to start with that. All right. So, damn, 3 of you guys say, yeah, it definitely is. Gremlins is a Christmas, like I'm supposed to know. All right, fine. Come on now. That is funny. Yeah. All right. Yeah, definitely check. It's a neat little movie, man. And I didn't know it was that crazy Amber Heard in there. I don't know her whole acting career, but it was actually a neat little film. She was neat in there. You know, I would recommend that one. All right, let's look at a couple others. All right. Huh. Thought there were more Christmas ones in here. I wish I could remember the one that I really liked. But again, this has been a crazy week, and of course I haven't been able to haven't even really been able to look at the movies that I wanted to and all of that. But it's the way that it is, right? Back over here. Did I say this one? Once Upon a Time at Christmas. Well, this is the one I already put on my list, right? This is the one. When a serial killer comes. Okay, yeah, got that one. Holiday Hell. Krampus has like many movies, so I don't know which ones are good, because it's kind of like I guess it would be the equivalent to like you know, like the Conjuring movies, where a couple were good, but then it kind of branches out into its old ridiculous universe, you know? All right, so I want to go back and check something out real quick. Violent Night. One of you guys were talking about that. Let me just... From the producers of John Wick, brings this thrilling, fun, and violent holiday movie about a team of mercenaries who break into a family mansion on Christmas Eve, but they never expect their biggest contender to be Santa Claus. Sounds kind of interesting. Oh, but it's comedy and action. We want scary. So then we were checking out this one. On Christmas Eve, a woman entered. Aren't there trailers? Yeah, all right. Let's see this. Hmm. That was creepy. The hell was that? That's a little creepy, yo. There was no sound? Huh. What did I do wrong? Because... When was there no sound? When I was on it? Or why the hell wouldn't there be sound? I pressed it. All right, maybe it's a copyright thing. I don't know. Maybe try another one. Well, now I want to go and try the trailer for this. Let me know, brother of a certain age, if you could hear, please. Can you hear the trailer? Let me check in with you guys. Are you hearing this? You're not hearing it? What the hell? Well, I don't know. I don't know what to do there. So no, you didn't. That's got to be a protective thing on there. Huh. I don't think there's anything I could do about that, people. All right. Huh. So if you were here, did you hear when I was playing some of Ebenezer Scrooge way back, the black and white film? Was that playing? Where's all my techies? Huh. I wonder if that's a protective thing. That kind of sucks. I guess I could try one more, but I'm also guessing that this is just the way it might be. Just to try one. I want to see if you guys hear anything. Hang on. Anybody hear the trailer? Okay, Emmanuel, thanks. What about this one? Are we hearing this? Huh. All right. I don't know. I mean, we did this before. Something must have changed in the time. So remember around Halloween, we definitely played a lot of the trailers and stuff. But now, I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. Because I hear it is the problem. I hear it in my headphones. I'm putting this one on my list. Huh. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a new thing. I know some of you guys use StreamYard too. So tell me, man, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing something wrong, or is there a protective thing on there? No, I took the trailer off now. Well, not off, but the volume's down. Huh. All right. Sorry, man. I don't even know if it's worth trying another one. That's kind of crappy. Right, what could I be doing wrong? You think I'm doing anything wrong here? See the volume? The volume's going all the way up. I hear it in my headphones. I thought maybe the tab, I might have to be on the tab. So not hearing any of this, anything in the background. Well, right now it's just wind. There's not any talking, but let's see. Right now, you hear that? Hear any of that? You should be hearing something. Otherwise, these guys did some sort of copyright thing now, huh? Which is neat, somewhat neat, I guess, you know. Gotta do what you gotta do. Any of this? Hearing any of this? It's just wind blowing. Should be hearing some music there in the background. Got hearing anything? But not the trailer. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. May just be some kind of blocker copyright thing on the actual app. Yeah, I guess I believe that's what it is now, unless it comes from YouTube. That's they didn't have that till recently. That's pretty well, it would be neat if I didn't need it right now, but it is kind of neat. Jeez, they keep throwing things in there. What's one of the other things I just found out that they do? I just found this. I want to play a little bit of this. Hang on for 1 sec. It's just an analysis of Scrooge. Give me 1 minute. Put this on.
Proud partner of your Toronto Maple Leafs and their pets.
Welcome, Mystik Seekers, to Mystik Manor, where history meets mystery. A Christmas Carol isn't just a story. It's one of the most popular tales of Christmas. At its heart is Ebenezer Scrooge, a figure so iconic that his name became synonymous with greed, who may have been inspired by actual people whose lives were consumed by wealth. It's in this world that one of the most beloved and well-known holiday tales was born. Victorian England may seem like a land of carolers and snow-covered streets, but beneath the festive glow was a world of hardship and struggle.
All right, good, thank you.
A Christmas Carol was born from this darker side of history. So, what if A Christmas Carol wasn't just a product of Charles Dickens's imagination? The notorious Ebenezer Scrooge was inspired by real-life people who were so consumed by their wealth that they lived in squalor, and those ghostly visitors who confront him on Christmas Eve. They may be rooted in the Victorian fascination with the supernatural, a time when seances were held in darkened rooms and the dead were believed to walk among us. Tonight, we're peeling back the layers of A Christmas Carol and the real history and mysticism behind the characters, uncovering the real-life inspirations behind Scrooge and his ghostly visitors. Who were these men? And why did Dickens summon spirits to tell his tale? Let's uncover the truth behind A Christmas Carol.
Oh, this is pretty neat. Could answer some questions here.
When we think of Christmas, certain images come to mind. Twinkling lights, festive gatherings, and the spirit of giving. But Dickens's A Christmas Carol, written in 1843, gives us another unforgettable figure, Ebenezer Scrooge, the very embodiment of cold-hearted greed. Scrooge is introduced to us as a wealthy yet miserly old man who despises Christmas and resents generosity. Dickens describes him vividly, writing that Scrooge was a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner, a man who finds joy only in the accumulation of wealth, with no concern for those around him. Scrooge's disdain for humanity and relentless pursuit of money make him a symbol of the darker side of society. When we meet him, he is a figure who has cut himself off from family, friends, and any sense of joy. He sneers at the warmth of Christmas, declaring it a humbug. Scrooge's signature line, "Bah, humbug," has since become the universal cry of cynics and skeptics everywhere. But beneath Scrooge's icy exterior lies a man shaped by a lifetime of choices and experiences. Choices that mirror the obsessions of real-life figures. One man who is thought to be inspired by Ebenezer Scrooge.
This is crazy. Would you agree that this is mostly AI inspired, right? As well? Like, that is some crazy stuff. All right, I'm kind of enjoying this. Let's continue a little bit. Hang on.
Scrooge is John Elwes. He was a member of Parliament in Great Britain for Berkshire and a landowner who became famous for his extreme frugality. He inherited his first fortune at the age of 4 when his father passed away. His mother, Amy, was left £100,000. However, she reportedly starved herself to death due to her extreme frugality, leading Elwes to inherit the family estate, including Marcham Park in Berkshire. Later, in 1763, at the age of 49, Elwes inherited a second, more substantial fortune from his uncle. Despite his wealth, Elwes was known to live in near squalor. He avoided lighting fires to save on coal, even in cold weather, and would wear ragged clothes to avoid the expense of new ones. His habits extended to refusing repairs on his properties, even when they were falling apart. Elwes reportedly ate stale, moldy food rather than purchase fresh provisions. It's said he even ate a partridge that had already been chewed on by rats. He would refuse to pay for carriage repairs, opting to endure discomfort rather than spend on maintenance.
Which is neat.
Stories suggest he would walk long distances in tattered shoes to avoid paying for transportation. Though Elwes lived before Dickens's time, stories about his extreme behavior were widely known in England and likely served as inspiration for Dickens's character of Scrooge. Another well-known inspiration for Scrooge was James Jemmy Wood, known as the Gloucester Miser. He was a banker from Gloucester, England, who became infamous for his miserly ways. Wood was also extremely wealthy, but led a life marked by intense thriftiness and eccentricity. Wood owned the Gloucester Old Bank, making him one of the wealthiest men in England. However, he hoarded his money, reluctant to spend or lend even modest sums. He reportedly lived in run-down conditions, refused to spend on proper housing or clothing, and was notoriously suspicious, often fearing his money would be stolen. Like Elwes, Wood's reputation as a miser grew into legend. His tight-fistedness was so severe that rumors of his ghost haunting his bank after his death became part of local law. Both Elwes and Wood represented the era's critique of the ultra-wealthy who refused to support public welfare or improve the conditions around them. Dickens, well aware of such individuals and their public image, likely...
Just interject in there. Charles Dickens was known for his writing about the the first industrial era over there in England or the UK, whatever you want to call it now. So like Oliver Twist and all these stories are the things that he used to write about. Just going through some of the comments right now, but just want to give a shout out to these guys, Mystik Manor. I don't know if this is all AI inspired, but I'm glad we ran into this. It's very neat the way that this is going through the details, not only visual and the graphics in here, but the background work of these culminating figures into the imagery and the imagination of who all the people this Ebenezer Scrooge encompasses. So it's kind of neat. Glad we found this.
drew upon the tales of these notorious misers as he crafted Scrooge's character.
How old is this girl? This girl.
Ugh.
This girl is 45.
Nobody
So
cares.
yes, this is 40.
What is up, YouTube? Damn.
During Charles Dickens's lifetime, Victorian England was gripped by a fascination with the supernatural. The Industrial Revolution had brought massive societal changes, and with them came both curiosity and anxiety about death, the afterlife, and the possibility of communicating with the departed. By the mid-19th century,
That's right, Bernice.
spiritualism,
Who said that?
a belief system centered around communicating with spirits of the dead, had gained a strong following. People attended seances, spirit photography became popular, and mediums claimed they could contact the deceased.
That's creepy.
The wealthy and poor alike sought answers in spiritualism, hoping to connect with loved ones and gain insight into life after death. This obsession with the supernatural is reflected in Dickens's A Christmas Carol. These ghostly visitors aren't just literary devices. They embody Victorian beliefs, fears, and hopes surrounding
Right.
life, memory, and the afterlife.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Jacob Marley, Scrooge's former business partner, is the first to visit. Marley's ghost appears bound in heavy chains, which he tells Scrooge he forged in life, symbolizing the weight of his greed and selfishness. The chains are adorned with padlocks, ledgers, and cash boxes, objects representing Marley's obsessive pursuit of wealth. His tormented state is a powerful warning of what awaits Scrooge if he doesn't change. Marley's depiction reflects popular Victorian portrayals of restless spirits burdened by their past actions in life. Ghosts in Victorian art and literature were often shown as souls suffering due to their earthly deeds, carrying with them reminders of their sins. Chains were common symbols of a life burdened by guilt or regret, and Marley's ghost served as a perfect embodiment of these ideas, aligning with Dickens's moral message about the consequences of living a life consumed by greed and disregard for others. Marley embodies the miserly, self-serving business figure that was a common stereotype in Victorian England. Dickens, critical of the wealthy elite who ignored the plight of the poor, likely used Marley's character to symbolize the consequences of such a life. Dickens grew up surrounded by hardship, partly due to his father's financial struggles, which ultimately landed him in debtor's prison. This experience made Dickens acutely aware of the dangers of financial irresponsibility, the obsession with money, and its impact on relationships. The Ghost of Christmas Past is a fascinating blend of innocence and wisdom, with an appearance that Dickens describes as both childlike and aged. This ghost has a glowing light emanating from its head, representing enlightenment, memory, and the clarity of the past. The Victorians believed in the cyclical nature of time, where past events continue to influence the present and future. The ghost's ability to transport Scrooge to his own memories represents both the joys and sorrows of his past, allowing him to see where he went astray.
This is pretty interesting.
There was a growing recognition
I don't know how to check if this was just all AI or if somebody, let's see if it, thanks for watching Christmas Carol, one of my favorite stories growing up. I'm really excited to share this video with you. Let me know, did anything surprise you or change how you see this story? Love to hear your thoughts. And yes, I know Carol of the Bells is everywhere in this video, but it's my favorite. If you enjoyed this darker side of history, don't forget. So I want to look back into this person, see what else they have. Speaking of the algorithms, now you're looking at the side over here. I think we're just onto a commercial, so that's fine. Now it starts getting you the origins, the messed up origins of A Christmas Carol. So there seems to be a whole lot more about this. This is, I like that. I like this.
Generosity and goodwill.
The present.
In the Victorian era, Christmas was undergoing a revival, with traditions emphasizing the importance of giving and sharing. The ghost.
It was also said that this story is responsible for shaping Christmas more as we know it, modernly as well.
Lavish appearance and cheerful demeanor remind Scrooge of the joys of charity and compassion, presenting the present moment as an opportunity for change. Dickens used this character to highlight Victorian ideals of generosity and the importance of community. The Ghost of Christmas, yet to come, also known as the Ghost of Christmas Future, is the most ominous of the spirits. Shrouded in a dark, hooded cloak, he is silent and foreboding, never revealing his face. Dickens uses this ghost's eerie silence and shadowy form to symbolize the uncertainty and inevitability of death. A Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come is heavily inspired by the Grim Reaper, one of the most recognizable symbols of death. When Dickens created this final ghost, he drew on imagery that would have struck deep with Victorian audiences. Like the Grim Reaper leading souls to the afterlife, this ghost guides Scrooge to his own grave, a grim vision of what lies ahead if he doesn't change. In Victorian times, death was a constant presence, and the image of the Grim Reaper would have been familiar and terrifying to Dickens's readers. The ghost's
We're
resemblance
about halfway through. We're probably going to speed up the second half.
his mortality and consider what kind of legacy he wants to leave behind. Some literary scholars believe that Tiny Tim was partly inspired by Dickens's nephew, Henry Burnett Jr., who was disabled and had a delicate health condition. Dickens was reportedly close to Henry, and the boy's physical challenges and innocence may have influenced Dickens's creation of Tiny Tim. Dickens was deeply affected by the poverty he saw around him, particularly the struggles of children. Victorian London had thousands of impoverished children who suffered from malnutrition, disease, and lack of healthcare, much like Tiny Tim. Dickens visited hospitals and often used his writing to highlight social injustices, particularly the hardships facing poor children, whom he felt were innocent of society's failures. Dickens experienced poverty firsthand. When his father...
This is true also for some of the things just mentioned, but also if you think of the story Oliver Twist and what that meant and what that symbolized in the industrial era for kids. You know, of course, the famous line from that one is, more, sir, you know, when he asked for more soup or whatever it is, porridge in the line, and he's refused, you know, that kind of makes me think of that image.
Was imprisoned for debt. Young Dickens had to leave school and work in a boot blacking factory under harsh conditions. This experience instilled in him empathy for children growing up in poverty and may have contributed to Tiny Tim's character as a symbol of innocence and resilience. Diseases like tuberculosis and rickets were prevalent, especially among the poor. Tiny Tim's condition would have been recognizable to Victorian readers as representative of the many children affected by such conditions. Tiny Tim's character was Dickens's way of giving a voice to the children and families suffering in Victorian England, hoping to encourage readers to consider their own role in shaping a more compassionate world.
Did Harvard University just find a way to restore crystal clear 20/20 vision with
all right. Stop interrupting us.
Bob Cratchit represents the struggles of many working families in Victorian England. Scrooge is Bob Cratchit's miserly employer, the type of Victorian boss who prioritized profits over people. As a low-paid clerk in Scrooge's counting house, Cratchit endures long hours and harsh conditions, symbolizing the struggles of many working families at the time. Despite his meager wages, Bob maintains a kind heart and a strong family bond, creating a sharp contrast to Scrooge's cold, profit-driven mentality. Dickens drew this character from his own experiences and observations of working-class life in London, where many families faced tough conditions with a little pay. Bob Cratchit serves as a contrast to Scrooge's greed, showing that kindness and love can flourish even in poverty. Bob's character adds depth to the story, reminding readers that generosity and compassion can make a meaningful difference in people's lives, especially during the holiday season.
I think we're just going to ride with this, and I'll probably ride out after this. I like
the ultimate symbol of generosity and joy. Fezziwig throws extravagant parties, treats his employees like family, and shows what it means to truly live with kindness. Some say Fezziwig is Dickens's way of reminding us that wealth doesn't have to make you cold. It can be used to warm the hearts of others. Fezziwig may seem like the perfect boss, a man who valued joy and kindness over profits, but his character wasn't just a cheerful addition to Dickens's story. He represents a stark contrast to the harsh realities of Victorian employers, many of whom exploited their workers with little regard for their well-being. Fezziwig's generosity may have been Dickens's way of showing what could exist in a better world. An employer who used wealth to uplift rather than oppress. Some speculate that Fezziwig may have been inspired by Dickens's own longing for kindness during his tough childhood. But the real magic of Fezziwig lies in the family he created. A family for those who might not have had one to celebrate with on Christmas. In a time when workers were often treated as disposable, Fezziwig's character offers a glimpse of what the holiday spirit could be. A Christmas Carol was born from Dickens's observations of the grim realities of Victorian England, a time when the gap between the rich and the poor was vast, and those struggling with poverty faced harsh conditions, from workhouses to debtors' prisons. Children labored in factories, families endured overcrowded slums, and a lack of social welfare left many in desperate need. Dickens himself experienced these harsh realities, which fueled his desire to reveal the suffering hidden beneath London's glittering wealth. By setting Scrooge's transformation against this bleak backdrop, Dickens crafted a story that confronted his readers with the uncomfortable truths of their society, making his plea for compassion all the more powerful. Through A Christmas Carol, Dickens encouraged readers to look beyond themselves and recognize their shared humanity. The story was written at a time when poverty was often viewed as a moral failing, with many in the upper classes believing that the poor deserved their suffering due to laziness or lack of discipline. Dickens directly challenged this perspective, suggesting that poverty was a societal failure, not an individual one, and that the wealthy had a moral responsibility to help those in need. The story also revived and reshaped Christmas traditions in Victorian England, promoting ideas of charity, family gatherings, and celebrating the season's warmth and generosity. By placing Scrooge's redemption at Christmas, Dickens associated the holiday with compassion, urging his readers to carry its lessons into their own lives. A Christmas Carol was more than a bestseller. It was a cultural phenomenon that contributed to the revitalization of Christmas. Through his memorable characters and ghostly narrative, Dickens made a lasting appeal for empathy, reminding people that wealth and status are fleeting, but kindness and community create a legacy worth leaving. Thank you for joining me for this transformative story. Until next time, stay mystical.
Oh, I'm glad we found that. That was definitely interesting, man. You know, a lot of these stories, if you were to go along and see like the Disney one and be like, oh, that's it. It's all, you know, a tough boss. And then at the end, you know, he's throwing turkeys at everybody sort of deal. But, you know, we're showing that it's a lot more, again, how we call artists, but also writers, intellectual. They use these means to be able to spread these stories about society out. You know, I certainly like that and appreciate that, you know, today as well, right? Yeah, I'm glad you like. Yeah, I'm totally glad that we found that, man. So let's see. I really just wanted to step up, say a little hi and bye before Christmas. You know, whatever you guys are doing, make sure it's fun, it's safe out there. We definitely appreciate you guys for coming out, as always. Emmanuel, appreciate you, man. Beautiful Bernice, thank you. Anybody else that stepped in today, brother of a certain age, good to see you, man. YM in the house, definitely appreciate seeing you too. I definitely don't want to forget anybody. Am I forgetting anybody? I hope not. Better not be. I don't want to get yelled at. Anybody in the replay gang checking me out? Definitely appreciate you, man. As we go these next few days, and you're about to do what I'm about to do, which is meet with family, eat way too much food. Now that I skipped the gym today, I'm definitely gonna have to double up tomorrow, man. That sucks to do that to yourself. So I thank you, thank you, thank you. And do me a favor, if you are out there, like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. Whatever you decide to do, have fun, and be safe while you're doing it. I truly do love hanging out. If I were more settled and not concerned about running out there for dinner right now, I'd certainly entertain the idea of like doing a whole night of showing. Maybe I will see what I could do to show some sort of whole movie on there. I don't want to get a strike for anything. And again, I'd like to give that shout out to Mystik Manor. Check out their page for anything like that. That's definitely a neat way to put a story across. You know, give those guys some props. Hopefully I won't get striked either. All right, folks, that's all I got. Jump back on here in a few days. Enjoy that turkey. Peace.